The top stories on the brief this hour. We begin with security. Gunmen have kidnapped the paramount ruler of Mbo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, His Royal Majesty Ogwongo Konabang, at his palace in Ebu. The police public relations officer of the command, ASP Timfin John, who confirmed the incident, said the commissioner of police, Ayilara Didamola, and other service commanders, including the commissioner for internal security, have moved to the local council to ascertain the situation. The abduction is coming a few days after medical doctors downed tools over the kidnap of their colleague, Dr. John Robinesu, who is still in kidnapper's den nearly 3 weeks after, only last week also. The wife of Chief Asuko Eweme Olapokun, also known as Leville, a prominent political figure, was also abducted in Oron. Elsewhere, operatives of the mobile police team recently deployed to Kuriga in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State have neutralized 2 bandits in the general area. Disclosing this in a statement, the Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Mr. Samuel Araman, said the police operatives responded to distress calls of an attack on farmers by bandits at the outskirts of Kuriga village after a gun duel, which led to the death of the bandits. The police operatives also recovered 2 AK-47 rifles and 17 rounds of ammunition from the scene. Away from security now, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Infrastructure Corporation of Nigeria, also known as Infracorp, as a lead arranger and developer of Evergreen City, which is Nigeria's green industrial zone. The corporation, led by its Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Lazarus Angbazo, will, among other things, be responsible for the selection of partners and consultants to undertake critical development activities and raising private funding for the development of the city and constituent projects. The president has also approved the establishment of Presidential Steering Committee on Project Evergreen to be chaired by the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action, Ajuri Nglali. And in a bid to ensure that more students complete secondary education in the northeast region of the country and improve their academic performance, the Northeast Development Commission has launched the Accelerated Senior Secondary School Education Program, ASIP. The program was launched by Vice President Kashim Shettima in Bauchi State, where he stated that the education indices in the Northeast region are unfavorable across various sectors, including education, and there is a crucial need to embrace a uniform policy to address these challenges. Staying in the region but talking politics this time, the Northwest chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC has passed a vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu for what they called his steadfastness in fulfilling his campaign promises to the citizens. The APC stakeholders, during a meeting chaired by Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Obasani, identified the war against insecurity and developmental challenges, as well as his support to the people of the Northwest Zone, as reasons for their vote.
The zone has been playing a critical role in determining the electoral fortunes of our party. The zone builds up some of the most articulate, resourceful political strategies in Nigeria. What happens in our zone is of primary interest to other zones in Nigeria. It is for this reason that we must at all times take a critical look at the health of APC in Northwest Zone, with a view to addressing challenges and repositioning it for future electoral battles. I urge us to always adopt a consensus approach to the resolution of pressing issues. It is a win-win approach that helps in building and sustaining peace and unity. We must, however, pay serious attention to internal party democracy. When we operate according to the Constitution and guidelines of our party, friction will be lessened and litigation will be reduced.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives preached about party unity and reconciliation and the need for all APC stakeholders to support the President Bola Tinubu administration due to his magnanimity to the Northwest Zone.
I have never seen this kind of love and support that any administration before has ever given to the Northwest. And this is a food for thought for us, honorable colleagues, distinguished gentlemen, that to whom so much is given, so much is also expected of you. It is our own turn to appreciate, Mr. President, to appreciate our party by ensuring that we do everything humanly possible to bring dividend of democracy to our people, to ensure that insecurity that has bedeviled our zone is brought to its logical conclusion. And finally, also, to ensure that 2027, we double our efforts, double our contribution in ensuring that APC does well in every ward, in every state, in every local government.
Well, elsewhere, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has paid a visit to victims of Kano Mosque incident, receiving treatment at the Murtala Muhammad Specialist Hospital, Kano. This had occurred on Thursday after 38-year-old Shafiu Abubakar closed the doors of the mosque in Laraba Albasu community of Gezawa local government area with worshippers inside and set it ablaze. Mr. Peter Obi described the incident as horrific and condemns the act, showing support to the victims and caregivers. Well, the UN resident and humanitarian coordinator in Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed Fail, is urging all generations of citizens in Nigeria and the African continent to wake up to their responsibilities. According to Mr. Fail, the older generation may have done their bit, but the older younger generation support in their effort to fulfill their own roles and move the nation and African continent forward. During this exclusive interview with Channels Television, the UN resident and humanitarian coordinator also commended the creativity of Nigerian youth and their resilience.
What makes me happy seeing across the continent this vibrant youth engage in this respective area, I was saying, at least one thing is clear. They understand that this is their call. This is the call of their time. The same way for our fathers, their call was the anti-colonial struggle, the anti-apartheid struggle, and generation after generation. And that gives me also hope that situation might be dire. As I say, the road might be very steep, but we just keep with the hope and seeing also these young people, their force, their drive, their innovation. And by the way, that's one of the part of the things what people never talk about in Nigeria. The ability to innovate that is in this country is almost unique in the continent, and I can say in the world. The cultural dimension and production in this country is almost unique. The private sector, there are so many areas that if you look at them, give you hope that this country have a potential of really completely shifting the needle. And the role that UN give itself is how to accompany those young people in their aspiration, how to accompany the country on its aspiration, how to really harness all this potential and all these opportunities that are out there, and just to stop looking at only the challenges. In every of these challenges, there is an opportunity that can help this country to play its role. And what I call the role of Nigeria is to be the leader of this continent and to be leader in the global stage.
Well, let's talk business in Nigeria. The Hotel Owners Forum of Abuja have announced the rejection of a new electricity tariff for Bandit customers on the ground that the new rate is capable of exterminating hotel business in the FCT. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, President of the forum, Mrs. Fumi Kazim, says the federal government should think of other ways of generating revenue, as a recent increase may lead to job losses in the sector.
However, we gather here today to reject the almost 300% increase in electricity tariff, that is, the unprecedented escalation in electricity tariffs and its profound implications for our industry's sustainability and growth. Hotel Owners Forum Abuja calls for immediate action to address the impact of escalating electricity tariffs on our industry. We urge regulatory authorities to reconsider the tariff hike and explore alternative solutions that balance the need for revenue generation with the imperative of supporting economic recovery and growth. This is not actually the right time to introduce a tariff increment, as Nigeria's economy has been hit by the effects of subsidy. has been hit by the effects of subsidy removal and high cost of inflation. So rather than increase in tariff, the federal government and NEC should support businesses to survive by rolling out palliatives which will enhance standards expected in the hospitality industry, thereby fostering tourism.
And few days after the Federal Executive Council suspended the cybersecurity levy on certain electronic transactions, the Central Bank of Nigeria has made it official. Well, this was contained in a late Sunday night circular to all commercial, merchant, non-interest and payment service banks, other financial institutions, mobile money operators and payment service providers. The circular jointly signed by the Directors of Payment System Management and Financial Policy and Regulation. The Apex Bank advised that the previous circular is hereby withdrawn. The CBN, in a circular dated May the 6th, mandated all banks, mobile money operators and payment service providers to implement a new cybersecurity levy following the provisions laid out in the Cybercrime Prohibition and Prevention Amendment Act 2024. It appears that is no more, at least the levy for now. And to the foreign scene, it appears all hopes have faded that Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and his foreign minister have survived a helicopter crash in mountainous terrain and icy weather as rescue teams fought blizzards and difficult terrain through the nights to reach the wreckage in East Azerbaijan province in the early hours of today. The head of Iran's Red Crescent, Pirosin Kolivan, told State TV that they can see the wreckage and the situation does not look good. Other news agencies, such as the Reuters, have reported that he's been killed in that helicopter crash. Iranian state media adds that images from the site showed the helicopter crash in a mountain peak, although there was no official word yet on the cause of that crash. Stay with Channels Television as we bring you updates on that situation. Well, let's now talk sports now. Imperious Manchester City beat West Ham 3-1 at the Etihad Stadium to become the first team to win the English League title 4 seasons in a row. With City needing a win to be sure of holding off Arsenal, who started the final day 2 points behind, but with a better goal difference, that is. But then we saw Phil Foden and Rodri finding the back of the net to seal the victory for City. They have now won 6 out of the past 7 Premier League titles. Last term, they joined Huddersfield, Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester United, that is, twice in winning the top flight 3 years in a row. And Sean Diddy Combs has apologized for what he described as his inexcusable behavior after CCTV appeared to show him attacking singer Cassandra Casey Ventura. Speaking in a video posted to his Instagram page, the rap star said he took full responsibility for his action in the clip. The footage aired by CNN earlier this week appeared to show Mr. Combs kicking and pushing his ex-girlfriend in a hotel hallway.